Good afternoon. I'm Judith Gonyea from the School of Social Work. One area of my research and policy advocacy has focused on the persistent gender gap in economic security in later life that women face, a gap that's even greater for women of color. As part of that work, I've explored the consequences of our society's undervaluing or devaluing of the essential work of elder care by families. Central to my work has been the exploration of how sociocultural norms and social inequities, structural inequities, not only shape family caregivers' immediate challenges, but also increase their risk for precarity in old age. In today's presentation, rather than focusing on a specific policy, what I've chosen to do is to speak more broadly about the importance of adoption of a care justice policy lens. For those of you who aren't in aging, a few facts. First, in the U.S., approximately 38 million or 17% of the adult population annually is engaged in caring for an older family member. And to state the obvious, women are the primary deliverers of that care. Studies have consistently identified the economic costs of caregiving for women, as well as the economic benefits of families providing this care for society. For example, the Urban Institute's 2023 report demonstrated that women who care for children and adults in need forego on average $295,000 in lifetime income. Additionally, AARP's research estimates that the value of family caregiving family caregivers' unpaid contributions is around $600 billion yearly. In essence, that means the cost to government would be that high if family caregivers stepped aside and we had to hire pair caregivers. So why hasn't elder care work largely been elevated in the U.S. public policy realm? Well, I would suggest perhaps three important factors. First, elder care, whether paid or unpaid, is shouldered largely by women. Second, our U.S. ideology of separation of private and public spheres, our embracing of individualism and individual responsibility, and thirdly, the marginalization of older people and people with disability becomes extended to their care partners. So, in my limited time, let me try to say a little bit about, did you hold that up yet? 30 seconds? No, you can't mean that. I swore the last time they did this. All right, so I'm going to beg for maybe a little more. 4 core concepts. First, as a society, we must recognize that care is universal and skilled labor essential to the individual, but to society. It is indeed a public good with economic and social value. Second, it's important we understand the relationship nature of care work, including valuing and supporting interdependency and reciprocity of care. I'm going to only do 4. I have to stop? Okay, thank you, Rose. And I didn't pay her off either. I'm going to go right to 4. Fourth, as a society, we must invest in creating an infrastructure where care labor is equitably organized, accessible, and sustainable. This is going to require fundamental structural changes in institution policies to reduce systemic racial and gender structural inequities experienced by caregivers.